Sexual harassment is defined as requests for sexual contact or activity in sexual nature that is unwelcome or offensive. It can involve personally sexually offensive comments, sexual jokes, offensive hand or body gestures, following someone home from work, or sexual assault and rape. Inappropriate sexual jokes.
Hey,
Hi.
it's a real quick question.
Yeah.
Can you file a safety workplace incident report for me?
Yeah, what happened?
Oh, because I just fell for you. Oh, ladies.
Okay. Oh god.
There was that, your hotness that caused that mandatory five-year-old today, wasn't it?
Oh my god. Jeez, so gross, Dad. So gross. So sexually harassing. Please.
Following someone home from work.
Hey Jack! Aren't you from accounting?
Yeah?
Because I'm accounting on seeing you later.
Right.
Offensive hand or body gestures.
Yeah, work.
Hey big boy.
Women are the main victims of sexual harassment, as New Zealand Human Rights Commission has had 151 complaints over the last 3 years alone, of which 87% were women. However the case, males can just as easily become victims to sexual harassment, but they are more often too embarrassed to report the incidents.
Sexual harassment has the look of this pretty much right here. Men all up on women in inappropriate ways, looking at them inappropriately whether they know it or not, or even touching on them inappropriately in a very unpleasing manner to the woman oftentimes. And sometimes it has a negative consequence, such as this right here. However, what about men? Can men be sexually harassed? Male sexual harassment is not something that cannot happen. It is growing very rapid these days. It often looks like this as well here. Women making sudden movements upon men, or doing the same thing as men do to women, touching on them very inappropriately in an uncomfortable manner. Male sexual harassment is something that can happen. It's on the rise as we speak, and however, it's always being swept under the rug. It's very often happening in these two places here, an office building or a work factory. Male sexual harassment typically takes place outside of the office after hours. It is very common at Christmas parties, especially office celebrations that are after hours. Of course, there's bound to be alcohol in an environment where you can loosen up your tie and let your hair down. Of course, with the consumption of alcohol, our minds become impaired, and just how a man can lose his ability to think straight, so can a woman. And just how a woman can say no, so can a man. But if a man still feels threatened and in fear of his safety, he may go report it to the police. But this is when it should differentiate. Typically, when a male goes and reports sexual harassment to the police, it's not taken serious because, like I said earlier, a man is supposed to love anything dealing with sex, which is then, of course, taken as a joke. His pride is then hurt, especially if it's made back around to the office.
Some of the potential effects a victim may experience are anxiety, frustration, depression, sleeplessness, and or nightmares. They could also have to drop courses or change academic plans. It may impact their grade performance. Also, an increased absenteeism to avoid harassment or because of illness from the stress, as well as also being objectified and humiliated by scrutiny and gossip. Additional effects a victim may experience are defamation of character and reputation, the stress impacting relationships with significant others, sometimes resulting in the demise of the relationship, impact on references and recommendations, and ultimately loss of career.